Hey, how's it going out there today, everybody? Hope everybody's having a great day. Coming to you today from the cab of my Freightliner Cascadia. A little bit about it. I got a 2016 Freightliner Cascadia Evolution I. I made a video about the specs on it. I'll link that up here. You can check that out. I do a weekly recap video every week. This is the weekly recap video. I recap the loads I've done this week, the money I've made. I am an owner-operator leased to a carrier on an 80-20 split. Everything right down the 80-20 line, that's how we split it. And they take care of the back office stuff. I use their trailer for free. And that's how we roll. And I pull a reefer trailer. And I don't talk about the carrier I'm leased to just because there's a lot of petty people on YouTube that like to cause problems for people for no good reason. There's lots of good 80-20 splits or 85-15 or 65-35. Just find the carrier that works for you. I have found a carrier that works for me. I live in Minnesota. I like having a kind of a local carrier for me. I don't like a big carrier, so I'm leased to a smaller carrier that's local to me, and it works out real well for me, and I'm happy where I'm at, and I hope you can find something where you're happy, can be happy as well. So that's a little breakdown on me. Got a lot of new subscribers. I appreciate all you guys coming in. If you could, hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. About 1/3 of the people that watch these videos are not subscribed, so I'd like to get that number up a little bit so we can all be one big happy family here. So let's get down to a weekly recap. Here's how I break it down. I did 2 loads this week. This was Christmas week, by the way. So this was a 6-day week. This week is from Friday to Wednesday night, basically. I got home Thursday morning, so, I mean, if you want to call it a whole week, you can. I mean, here's how I do my weeks. Basically, whenever I leave out, from then to 7 days, that's a week for me. That's how I break these down. So, if you want to go ahead and just call this a 7-day week, because I got caught in a blizzard after I delivered at Walmart in Mankato, Minnesota. I got caught in a blizzard. Yes, an actual blizzard. It was like 30 to 50 mile an hour winds. I was going nowhere. I found the closest parking spot I could. I was actually even told to leave that parking spot by a guy that was plowing the parking lot I was parked in. And I told him, there's no way I'm leaving this lot. Are you kidding me? Are you seeing what's going on out here? I told him I would gladly move my truck back so he could plow the lot and then I would pull up. Or he could plow me a spot and I would pull up into it. But I said, in no way is this truck getting back out on the road. I understand the lot had, no truck parking overnight. We're in a kind of a special circumstance. It's coming a blizzard, and I know all the truck stops are full, so I just found a safe parking spot. I was willing to say, hey, you can tow this truck, but I'm not personally going to be responsible for this truck leaving this lot. So I just hung out there, and, he came back by, and he kind of seen, he seen what I was talking about after I was nice about it, of course. I was like, hey, man, let's be honest, man. Like, I'm empty, 30 to 50 mile an hour winds, and it's like, dropping 2 inches of snow per hour. Yeah, it's a whiteout, man. I'm not getting out in that. And he kind of saw my, he kind of saw where I was coming from because, he's in a big, giant front-end loader bulldozer type machinery with a giant plow on the front, 4-wheel drive. He could probably drive through about anything with that thing. I'm in a lightweight truck with a lightweight trailer, empty. I'm not going out in it. So sometimes you just got to stick to your guns and be blunt with people. Just explain the situation from your point of view. Because once he saw it from my point of view, he was totally fine with it. He actually even cleared me out a spot. There was another driver that was in the lot with me, and then later on there was another driver. They came into the lot, and he actually cleared us out a side lot. It was like, can y'all go park over there? And all of us were like, yeah, let's be reasonable here. We're willing to work with you, but we can't go out on the road in a blizzard. So, that was how the first load, that's how my week ended. Let's get back to the beginning of the week, though. First load came out of Iowa. I pulled out of central Iowa over to Pittsburgh area, and that was a good paying load. That paid $4,200. I had 180 miles of deadhead on that one. So, in the wrong way. I was deadheading the wrong way. So, 180 miles back west. Picked it up 880 miles over to the Pittsburgh area. Dropped that off, no problem. reloaded out of Ohio, out of eastern Ohio, and then that load went to Mankato, Minnesota. That load paid 1,891 deadhead miles on 818 loaded, 909 total miles for the week. All miles, 1969 on this week. So kind of a low mile week, but still had some good revenue because it was holiday week. I delivered on Wednesday afternoon to set up for my holiday. I got home Thursday morning, left out Saturday morning. So got 2 days at the house there. Enjoy Christmas. I hope everybody else had a Merry Christmas. I'm probably going to work New Year's. New Year's isn't that important to me as far as like, I like to ring in the new year with the family if it all works out. But if not, I'm out here to, make the money. And if I can, stack a few extra hundred by working that day, I'll work that holiday. So, the first load was 30,000 pounds. That was 35 start and stop. Like I said, I pull a reefer trailer. That was a load of meat. And then coming back, we had a load of dairy out of Ohio back over to Minnesota. That was 42,000 pounds, 32 degrees start and stop on that one. So both kind of mid to heavy. 30 is kind of my tipping point of where I consider it heavy. I mean, everybody's different on that, I guess, but when I get over 30, I start thinking, okay, I'm heavy now. So yeah, that was my 2 loads for the week. And for you guys that don't know, that's typically how I work my week. I kind of run like an old school mentality when it comes to trucking. I like to go out and I like to come back because my customer base is in Minnesota, Wisconsin, a little bit into Iowa, down maybe like across 80 to Chicago. I like to stay in that little triangle when I get loaded, and then I just run out and then I just find the quickest backhaul I can that's within reason. Now sometimes I have to do a shorter load and then double tap that. Sometimes I gotta do 2 on the way back just to make it worth the money, make the economics work out. But I like the old school out and back. It makes for better money. I get through the house more often. It's just a little bit of a strategy I implement. So total revenue for the week was $6,000 total revenue. That's $6,000 to the carrier. I'm on an 80-20 split, like I said, so that's $4,800 to the truck. 1969 all miles. 305 on the all miles. 305 all miles. Beautiful thing. 271 deadhead on that 1969. That is 14% deadhead. That is a lot of deadhead. But I'm not afraid of deadhead when you get a load like that first load. First load was paying almost $4 a mile with 180 miles of deadhead on a 880 mile load. So, that load was getting close to probably 17-18% deadhead, but I still pulled out $4 a mile on it. So sometimes you get them like that. Don't be one of those guys that's afraid to do a little deadheading because, sometimes the money's in the deadhead. You know what I mean? Like that load there. I'm trying to do the math in my head real quick right here, but we're probably ballparking $4.5, maybe close to $5 a mile on that load, loaded miles. So a little 180 mile deadhead ain't gonna break that load. Still very good load. And also, I dodged $100 worth of tolls on that load, so that helped the profit out even more. Because see, sometimes your rate per mile looks better because you got a bunch of toll roads in there, and the brokers and the people shipping the freight, they have to factor in that there's toll roads, so they have to bump the rate up a little bit. So sometimes you'll get a load that's got a really good looking rate, but it gets eat up by tolls. So on that load, all in would have been $128 just to take the toll roads the whole way. I cut it down to $28. I dodged the Indiana and I dodged the Ohio. Indiana's $58 across 80. Ohio's $42.25. So I saved a $100 bill on just that alone. So that helps your profit margin a little bit. And then on the second load, I dodged the Indiana again. I took the Ohio just because of where I got loaded. I jumped on Ohio, went across the Ohio. dodged Indiana. So I dodged like $160 worth of tolls this week, which will show up on the bottom line. I promise. That's how it works. So yeah, 14% deadhead, $3.05 a mile to the carrier, $2.44 a mile to the truck, which is dang good, man. It's dang good. Even, just for me, that's good. $3.53 a loaded mile. Now that's deceiving, so I don't really talk about a loaded mile. I like to mention it just because people wondering about rates. They'll get, they get to see the rate. But yeah, $3.53 is a great loaded mile. So let's talk expenses of the week. I go over variable expenses. I do not go over fixed cost. Things you will need to add in if you're working the budget off of my numbers here, trying to get an idea in your head. If you know somebody else that's trying to become an owner operator, maybe share this video with them and turn them on to the channel, because I go over, like I said, I go over this a lot, and a lot of little tips and strategies. You don't have to learn the hard way. You know what I mean? So things you will need to put in there that I do not put in there because everybody's so different. Your truck payment. Some people have no truck payments. Some people got like, $4,000 truck payments. I don't put that in there. It's just too much variation. Insurance cost will be another one you need to put in there. Like truck insurance, workman's comp insurance, just things like that, And let's see, what else are big ones? Let's see, truck insurance. Those are the big two. The big two that really are going to change your business strategy. But yeah, focus on those two. And then here are the variable costs I had this week. Now, like I said, I have a 2016 Cascadia. I'm pretty fuel efficient. I pull a reefer trailer with the skirts and all the, well, I got skirts. That's it. I should say I don't have the trailer tail or things like that. I wish I had. But I don't. I got skirts on there. I do pretty good on fuel economy. I roll pretty slow most of the time. I'm usually between like 63 and 66 miles per hour, depending on traffic. I roll 63 when I can, but when I start, noticing that I'm like hindering traffic, I bump it up because, you don't want to be like having company drivers taking 4 days to pass you at 63. You're better off to just speed up and go with traffic. But when I can in rural areas, I like to slow roll it at 63. Find me a Prime or a TMC and just draft right off of them and, make that big money. So I spent $710 on diesel this week. Diesel's going up. No doubt about it. Diesel prices are going up. Track your national average. EPA.gov has the national averages on there. Check it out. They are definitely going up. I've been recouping a little bit of that, buying some on MUDFLAP. If you guys don't know, check out the description. MUDFLAP's down there. It's all I'll say. Use my promo code. I did a video on MUDFLAP. If you want to know more about it, I'll throw a link up there for that. $22 on reefer fuel this week. 2 start and stop loads. It's been cool out, actually heating some of these loads. Like that second load of dairy, it was like 10 degrees outside. I was actually heating that load. $20 on DEF, $71 on tolls. So I would have been over $200 on tolls, or right at $200 on tolls. So dodging $158 worth of tolls, I saved almost 2/3. Well, actually I did. I saved over 2/3 on the tolls, just by going around. Now, sometimes it ain't worth going around. Sometimes it is. It just depends on your load, how much time you got, stuff like that all factors in. This week, I was kind of, both of these loads had some time on them before I had to deliver them. So I had no issue dodging some tolls. $71 on tolls. I scaled that last load coming back. $12 on a cat scale on that. Total variable cost, $835 variable cost. We bring our $4,800 we had to the truck revenue. We bring it over. We subtract the $835. And that leaves me $3,965 to do what I got to do with. Looks like rates are still staying strong. Don't let the brokers talk us off of these good rates yet. I see a lot going around. Oh, you know, rates are going down, rates this, that, and the other. From what I'm seeing, they're still looking very solid, very solid. So let's keep to our guns. Let's don't roll over too soon, because God knows we need to make up a little bit of ground from what we lost in the spring and early summer. So stick to your guns and take care of each other out there, guys. I appreciate everybody watching. Be sure to check out one of these other videos and continue to watch and learn. Thanks.